A 15-year-old was pinned at gunpoint in his own school, all because a teacher thought his pencil was a weapon. But when he fought back with the truth, the system tried to silence him again. Welcome back to the Untold Struggles, where we reveal the battles they try to bury, the pain they try to silence, and the voices they try to erase. Today's story is about a 15-year-old boy who nearly lost his life at the place where every child should feel safe, school. What happened to him is almost unthinkable. Stay with us, because the truth behind this story will shock you. And don't forget, subscribe so you never miss another untold struggle. It started as a normal school day. Jordan Matthews, a bright 15-year-old with dreams of becoming an architect, packed his sketchbook and headphones into his backpack. His mom, Tasha, kissed him on the cheek. "Go make me proud, baby." "I got you, Mom," Jordan smiled. At school, Jordan walked the halls like any other day, nodding at friends, earbuds in, hoodie up. He didn't know that in less than an hour, his life would be hanging by a thread. In the teacher's lounge, Mr. Whitman, a stern math teacher with a long history of discipline issues with black students, made a call. "There's a suspicious individual in the hallway," he told the school security officer. "Looks like he might have a weapon." The suspicious individual he was talking about? Jordan. His weapon. A pencil sticking out of his hoodie pocket. Moments later, chaos unfolded. 2 armed school resource officers stormed the hallway. Students gasped and scattered. Jordan, confused, pulled out his earbuds. "What's going on?" "Hands where we can see them," one officer barked. Jordan froze. What did I do? Guns were drawn. Red laser sights painted across his chest. I said, "Get on the ground." Jordan's heart raced. His sketchbook slipped from his backpack, pages fluttering across the floor. He lifted his hands. "Please. I didn't do anything." But before he could move, one officer shoved him against the lockers, pressing a gun to his head. The hallway filled with whispers and phones recording. Jordan's classmates screamed. He didn't do nothing. "It's just Jordan." "Stop, you're hurting him." But the officers didn't listen. One yelled, "We got a dangerous suspect here." Jordan's voice cracked. "I'm not dangerous. I'm just a kid." Tears blurred his vision. At that moment, he felt the cold steel of injustice more than the gun itself. News traveled fast. A student texted Tasha, "Mrs. Matthews, they got Jordan at gunpoint." Tasha's heart nearly exploded. She raced to the school, barging through the doors. When she saw her son pinned against the lockers, surrounded by officers, her scream pierced the building. "That's my baby. He's 15 years old. Get your hands off him." But the officers didn't budge. It took the intervention of the principal, Mrs. Langston, to finally de-escalate the scene. "Stand down," she shouted. "He doesn't have a weapon." Jordan sat trembling in the nurse's office, his hoodie torn, cheeks wet with tears. Tasha held him, rocking him like he was 5 again. "It's okay, baby. Mama's here." But Jordan's eyes stared blankly. "They were gonna kill me, Mom. For nothing. Just because of how I look." Tasha's tears turned to fire. "Not on my watch. We are going to fight this." But instead of apologizing, the school tried to cover it up. Mr. Whitman insisted. I followed protocol. He looked threatening. The officers wrote reports claiming Jordan had made sudden movements and refused commands. The narrative was clear. They were going to blame Jordan for nearly being killed. Tasha refused to let that happen. If your heart is pounding right now, if you feel the rage building, hit subscribe. Because this is the reality too many families face, and stories like Jordan's deserve to be told. With the help of attorney Renee Carter, Tasha filed a civil rights lawsuit. The courtroom was packed. On one side, Jordan sat small and fragile, still shaken. On the other, Mr. Whitman smirked, the officers stone-faced beside him. The defense argued. They acted in good faith. It was a misunderstanding. But then, the bombshell dropped. Jordan's classmates had captured the entire incident on their phones. Videos flooded the courtroom screen, Jordan calmly asking, "What did I do?" as guns pointed at him. His sketchbook falling. His terrified voice. The jury watched in silence, their faces hardening with every second. When it was Jordan's turn to testify, the room held its breath. His voice trembled at first. "I thought I was going to die. I didn't even know why. He paused, then looked directly at Mr. Whitman. You saw me as a threat when all I had was a pencil. You saw me as dangerous when all I've ever been is a kid who likes to draw. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. The truth was undeniable. The jury ruled in favor of Jordan. The school district was ordered to pay damages. Mr. Whitman was placed on leave. The officers faced suspension. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed. Jordan spoke softly. I survived. But too many kids don't. This isn't just about me. It's about changing the way they see us, because our lives depend on it. The clip went viral, sparking nationwide outrage. That night, as the Matthews family finally sat together at home, a car slowed outside their house. A rock smashed through the window. Attached was a note with just 2 words. Shut up. Jordan's hand shook as he picked it up. Tasha pulled him close. They're scared of you, baby, because you spoke the truth. But in his heart, Jordan knew the fight was only beginning. Jordan sat at his desk sketching again, his lines jagged, restless. Every sound outside made him glance at the window. Baby, it's over now, Tasha tried to reassure him. We won. But Jordan shook his head. No, Mom. They're mad. And mad people don't just walk away. As if to prove him right, the next morning they woke to spray paint across their garage. Liar. The harassment grew worse. Anonymous calls at midnight. Cars slowing outside their house. Whispers at school. That's the kid who ruined careers. Even teachers began treating Jordan differently. His history essay mysteriously disappeared. His science project couldn't be found. His grades dropped, not from lack of effort, but from sabotage. When Tasha confronted Principal Langston, the woman avoided her eyes. Mrs. Matthews, tensions are high. Maybe Jordan should transfer. Transfer. Tasha's voice cracked. He's the victim here. But deep down, she knew. The school wanted Jordan gone. That's when attorney Renee Carter called. I've been digging into discovery from the case, Renee said. And I found something troubling. She handed Tasha a folder. Inside were internal emails between school staff and officers. One from Mr. Whitman read, if we don't catch these kids early, they'll turn into criminals anyway. Another from an officer. Better to scare him now than deal with him later. Tasha's stomach turned. This wasn't just about Jordan. This was a pattern. Tasha took the emails to the school board meeting. I have proof, she said firmly, holding the folder. Proof that my son was targeted not by accident, but by design. Gasps filled the room. But before she could hand them over, a board member interrupted. That's enough, Mrs. Matthews. This meeting isn't for personal grievances. Security escorted her out. Outside, reporters swarmed. But later that night, the news aired only a sanitized clip. Local mother disrupts school board meeting with outburst. The cover-up had reached higher than she thought. If you're watching this right now and you feel the anger boiling, smash that subscribe button. Because stories like this show how far systems will go to silence the truth, and we are here to make sure they don't succeed. One night, Jordan couldn't sleep. He turned on his phone and recorded a video. My name is Jordan Matthews. I'm 15. And last month, I almost died in my school because someone thought I looked suspicious. His voice cracked, but he kept going. They're trying to make me disappear. But I won't. Because if I stay quiet, the next kid might not survive. He uploaded it to social media. By morning, it had over 1 million views. The hashtag #PencilNotWeapon was trending worldwide. Support poured in. College students organized rallies. Church leaders marched with justice for Jordan signs. Civil rights groups offered to investigate the school district. For the first time, Jordan didn't feel alone. But the louder his voice grew, the greater the danger. Late one evening, as Tasha closed the blinds, a shadow appeared at the edge of their yard. Jordan froze. Mom, someone's out there. She grabbed her phone. I'm calling the police. But when officers arrived, the figure was gone. The next morning, Jordan found a bullet casing on the porch. No note this time. Just silence. At school, tensions hit breaking point. During lunch, a fight broke out when another student shouted, "You're the reason the school's on the news, Matthews." Jordan tried to walk away, but the kid shoved him. Cameras caught everything. Instead of protecting him, the school suspended Jordan for instigating violence. Tasha's fury boiled over. They're not just profiling my son. They're destroying him piece by piece. Attorney Renee wasn't done. She filed a motion demanding a federal investigation into the school district's handling of racial profiling. The courtroom filled again, but this time, it wasn't just locals watching. National media packed the seats. The leaked emails were entered as evidence. The videos went viral again. The district could no longer hide. A federal judge announced, "We are opening a civil rights investigation into this school and its officers." Cheers erupted. For once, justice seemed closer. That night, as Jordan and Tasha returned home, they found their front door slightly open. "Did you leave it like that?" Tasha whispered. Jordan shook his head. They stepped inside cautiously. The living room was trashed. Papers scattered. Drawings ripped. And on the kitchen table, one thing sat untouched, a manila envelope. Jordan picked it up. Inside was a single photograph. It was of him, walking home, written across the bottom in red marker. "Next time, we won't miss." Jordan's breath caught. The fight wasn't just in the courtroom anymore. It was at his doorstep. To be continued. Jordan exposed the system, but now, unknown enemies are targeting him at home. Who left that envelope? And how far will they go to silence him? Comment your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Untold Struggles so you don't miss Part 2 inch.